Hi everyone and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general collective message, intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and gently release what doesn't. If you're interested in booking a personal reading or a cord-cutting session with me, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below. For those on TikTok, you'll find that on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, please hit that like button, be sure to subscribe and follow. And for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty y'all, before we begin, I do have a downloaded message. It is kind of a lengthy one, so bear with me. You have been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of inner healing, which is now starting to reflect on your outside. It's because you have been under construction, right? Much like a renovation here. You've had to redo your own internal rewiring, so to speak, right? When it comes to your brain, you've had to rewire your thinking, your perception. You had to untangle yourself from all of the years of mess, from all that gunk that has been accumulating. People here are noticing that you have gone through this renovation, right? Because when somebody renovates their home, right, it's noticeable. It's very noticeable. You can see the difference. You can see something being updated. You can see the shininess. You can see the newness of it. The way that this message came to me is that you are now the shiniest or the newest or the best looking house in your neighborhood, right? Before, people were overlooking you because maybe you looked a little dilapidated, right? Maybe that had to do with your energy. And don't come for me, I'm not trying to judge anybody, I'm just saying. It's like you've gone from like the ugliest house on the block to now the most prettiest house on the block. And that's because whatever internal work that you have done is now radiating outside of you. Be very careful, right? Because robbers, they're not going to rob the ugliest house on the block. They're going to go for the one that's the most fanciest looking, the one that looks the newest, right? Because they're going to assume, ooh, that house looks nice. They must have something that I want. They're not going to go rob from somebody who has a house with broken windows, you know, shutters that are falling off, a lawn that's unkempt. They're going to be like, they don't really have anything because they're not, look at that. What do they have for me? So be very careful. Do not take any risks and do not fall into any temptation. You could have people from the past wanting to like pop out of bushes now because they see how good you're doing. It's undeniable. And then you can just have other people who are opportunists who maybe have been watching your growth and now they're like, ooh, now's the time to strike. So be very, very careful because I feel like y'all are getting ready to receive something that you asked for back in August. And this is something here that you have been actively taking the steps towards. Do not take risks at this time. Continue to follow the plan that was given to you. We are going to be beginning with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud for a hot minute. If you are sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe and Divine Council. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have Temperance sideways, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Devil. Something here is finally coming to an end. It's coming to a close. It's being laid to rest. Something here is also getting ready to be balanced out with this Six of Pentacles right here. The reconciliation process has already been underway. Something here is being reconciled, and it's like the reading I did a couple of days ago about the reconciliation of the math. There's been some kind of examination between what has been submitted and what has been reported. This could have to do physically, or it could have to do like spiritually, like metaphorically, like in the spiritual council. Either way, some kind of balance is getting ready to be restored. Whatever reconciliation process, because when you reconcile something, you have to take full stock, you have to take full inventory. Something here is finally being balanced out. That was part of the verdict that was handed down. Because to me, the Six of Pentacles is always the act of justice being played out. Something here is being balanced out. The reconciliation process has been underway. We have the Seven of Swords here reversed. So it's like the deceiver has been caught. The lie has been noted. The deception has been revealed. Somebody here could have submitted. For those of you that are dealing with something in the physical, like something here about somebody submitted altered paperwork that didn't match what somebody else submitted, or the official of something. It's kind of given, I'm going to use this as an example, right? The IRS knows how much money you make because, for example, if you work for a company, right, they report your earnings and obviously your deductions and all that to the IRS. So this is like somebody here not reporting something on their tax return, but not realizing and understanding that the IRS already has that information on file. 707 on the timer. I'm using that as an example. Like somebody here already has the information, but somebody here thought that they can gain one over on the system, or gain one over someone, or gain something over the universe, as if the universe wasn't watching and that they had their own copy. Whatever this was a toxic situation here with this devil energy. This is very binding. This is a contract here that was somebody was lured into a bad contract. Because that's what the devil does. He promises all of these things, but he never follows through. But he likes what he receives from you. This is somebody that always has some type of an excuse. We have the King of Cups sideways. This is somebody here that's lost their way. They lost their heart. All right, that's him upright. Somebody here has fell over. They've given up on love or self-love. This is somebody here that's not very compassionate. This is somebody that comes across as if they're caring, because that's what the devil does. Oh, I have exactly what it is that you need. Something here about being like predatory. Kind of like those predatory like payday loans that charge you like 150% interest, like, because it's like they take advantage of somebody here who's already in an uncomfortable situation. Something here is being reconciled for somebody here abusing their authority in some kind of way and for lacking some kind of compassion. This is somebody here who is very selfish, because the King of Cups is not upright. Yeah, Six of Wands. This is somebody here that's receiving some kind of defeat, public humiliation, support being withdrawn. And now they're feeling guilty. But they ignored their conscience, because this King of Cups is sideways, not reversed, not upright. Somebody ignored their conscience anyway. And they decided to take advantage of somebody who was already in an uncomfortable situation. And then somebody here misreported or chose not to report something, or acted like something didn't happen, or that I don't know, because something here did not match. Something here is not matching. The math isn't mathing. Either way, something here is being put to rest with the Four of Swords. Right? The Four of Swords, traditionally shown, is somebody laying there. 10-10 on the timer. Something is definitely coming to an end. A major chapter is closing out here. Something is dead and gone. The situation is going to be dead and gone. It will not be able to be revived. We have a Queen of Cups upright. The Queen of Cups upright is somebody very kind, very compassionate, very nurturing. Somebody here who's very highly intuitive. And then we have the Hermit reversed. Somebody here is getting ready to step out. Why am I getting this message of like somebody never wanted somebody to step out or wanted people to see them for who they are? That could be something as well where somebody here like you know, like when you're under oath, like somebody could have said something about you, collective, if this is like a legal case. They could have said something about you, but it's not matching with what has been seen about you. Because we do have somebody here who's no longer hiding with this Hermit in the reverse. That's what I'm getting. Somebody here is finally stepping out. Also, there's a lot of people here. It's like somebody here was trying to control. There's a lot of control here. And then we have Strength reversed. Somebody who's very highly egotistical. Somebody who cannot restrain themselves. This could be somebody here who allows their emotions and their anger to get the best of them. Very vindictive. Again, we have a masculine energy, male or female, who is highly controlling, who takes advantage of people when they're down, takes advantage of them but now the deception has been caught, and somebody here no longer needs to hide. I don't know what I'm tapping into. The Nine of Cups reversed. Seven of Pentacles sideways, and the Three of Pentacles? There could have been a whole group that was working together, but now that's being put to an end. Because that's right above that Four of Swords. I'm just showing you the top side. Somebody here could be a little overindulgent as well with that Nine of Cups reversed. This could be somebody here with some form of addiction, or somebody here who's very selfish, very overindulgent. Very selfish energy. Somebody was doing something all for themselves, and they took advantage of somebody here. Universe, please tell us more. Either way, whoever the Queen of Cups is, your heart, your intentions, your motives are no longer being questioned. Maybe at some point somebody wanted the heat and the attention on the Queen of Cups. Maybe somebody thought that because you were kind, that you were weak, or that you were too naive. And somebody thought that they could take advantage of you, but at the end of the day, you were the one that ended up putting something to rest here. Because something didn't add up with what somebody said about you. Because this Four of Swords can be the death of an old self, needing some rest, recovery. This could have to do with some kind of betrayal. Maybe somebody betrayed you. Again, this person who lured you in and took advantage of you. This has to do with some kind of contract, commitment of some sort. I do have strong Capricorn, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. Libra as well. Universe, tell us more, please, for the collective. We have the Page of Swords. There is going to be some kind of news, some kind of communication that is going to be delivered, possibly in regards to some kind of investigation, because the Page of Swords is somebody who's very inquisitive. Now, for some of you, this could be like actual like information about an actual investigation, or this could just be somebody reaching out to you, letting you know what's going on because they have been watching from the outside. And we have strength. You're gonna have to find your strength at this time. You're gonna have to put your ego aside, but I feel like you've already done that. See, because we have strength reversed on the dice and strength upright here. There's this polar opposite type of energy. We have the Knight of Cups reversed and the Seven of Wands. This is somebody here who abuses and weaponizes emotions. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody here who apologizes but doesn't mean it. This is somebody here who's not kind. They don't love themselves. They have nothing to offer. Somebody here had nothing to offer. They had very impure intentions. And you've had to stand your ground up against this individual here who I feel like was trying to keep you bound and trapped and keep you hidden. It's like they wanted you quiet. Somebody wanted you out of the picture here. I kept saying polar opposites. This has to do with the way that people... It's like maybe for what you stand for, the way that you are, the way your kindness, you being nurturing, right? You being this Queen of Cups energy. You are everything that this person isn't. So they needed you eliminated from the picture here in some kind of way. So that way you could submit to the reality that they were trying to manipulate. So for some of you, you guys could have been going through some kind of situation here where you were recovering. Whether that's a heartache, whether that's a betrayal, whether that's a physical ailment, whether that's something to do with your finances, maybe you were in between places. You were in the middle of recovering from some kind of moment, drastic moment in your life. There was a pivotal change for you. And somebody took advantage of you while you were in that situation here to build a false case about you, whether physically, whether spiritually, or whether just within the environment here, the environment that you were in, against you, in order to have people see them as this King of Cups. They wanted to be seen as the King of Cups upright. There's a lot of layers of lies to this situation, and I'm trying to get through them. You were recovering. They took advantage of you while you were down and out. So then they started lying. Maybe they started lying about why you were going through what you were going through, 1919 on the timer, or they were like embellishing your problems, or I don't know, maybe they were like, oh yeah, well, the reason why the collective, had to move back home, for example, is because they're a huge drug addict, when in all actuality, rents are just skyrocketing and you probably just couldn't afford it, right? For an example, like, all in an effort to try and prop themselves up as some kind of hero, but also at the same time, to you, it's like they were trying to bind you and submit and have you submit to their will by luring you in and taking advantage of you, Like, this is what they were doing to your face. Because they wanted to be your hero. I don't know. This feels very strange. But either way, you've had to defend yourself with the Seven of Wands. You stood up for what you believed in. Against the odds. But also, when it comes to the Seven of Wands, I'm picturing it in the traditional Rider-Waite. And it's usually one person fending off amongst a whole group of people. You could have been being attacked by whoever fell for this person's deceit, their lies, the illusion that they created, all because they were trying to lure you in and get you binded to them. Somebody wanted control over you, and they were willing to do whatever it took. But now, the truth is out with this Page of Swords. The evidence is clearly seen. You're no longer hiding. Maybe for some of you, during this recovery process, maybe you were in hermit mode, right? You were being very recluse. You were healing. You were focusing on yourself. And now it's like you've been stepping out into the world. Now you're not so in recluse. You're not so much in healing. Whatever you were healing from, it's like now you're finally stepping out into the world. And the truth is becoming very seen, very evident. For some of you, this person could have gone as far as to claim that you were gone. Maybe that's what they did. They tried to claim that you were gone in order to try and receive something. But again, the math isn't mathing during the reconciliation process. Universe, tell us more. We have the Chariot reverse, strong Cancer energy. Something is coming to a stop. It's coming to an end. We have the King of Swords. This could be some sort of authority figure. This is somebody here who acts on the truth, acts on information. This is somebody here who's capable of leaving the emotions out of it and looking at the facts. The King of Swords to me represents Libra. And in order for justice to remain pure, one must be willing to open their eyes to ugly truths. And that's what the King of Swords energy does. Somebody here is putting a stop or putting an end to something. Somebody here is also no longer going to be able to move forward with some kind of plans. Somebody is also not going to be able to apologize and get their way out of something. Universe, tell us more. We have the Queen of Cups. And then we have Judgment here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here is being put under judgment for past deeds over what they said and did to somebody here with a big heart. To somebody here who was kind. Somebody saw an opportunity when you were down and out. They took advantage of you while you were in that situation. Because they could say and do whatever they want because you were nowhere to be seen, you were gone, even though you were probably healing. Or maybe you just didn't frequent things that you used to. And we have this Four of Wands. This could have to do for some of you who could be a business owner. Don't have to be. But the Four of Wands talks about erecting some kind of security, some kind of stability. Traditionally, it's the lovers coming together to celebrate. Well, it's them exchanging their vows, right? The wedding ceremony, them getting into the contract, and it's being witnessed by people who are in support of this contract. This could be somebody here who was claiming that they were supporting you, when in all actuality they were really working against you. Because they wanted so bad whatever it is that they were saying about you to be true. So it's like they were putting you through unnecessary more hurt in hopes that you would become the very thing that they were trying to speak into existence. And yet this is somebody here who claimed to have supported you. Now they're being put under judgment here for their fake support. Because somebody was only looking out for themselves. In this deck, this Four of Wands only has one individual. Somebody wanted something all for themselves, and they needed to get you out of the picture. But yet, claiming that they were trying to support you. So it's like throwing salt on a wound. Kicking you while you were down. Universe, tell us more. The Four of Cups reversed. Somebody here was hoping that you would leave yourself behind. That you would put their needs above your own. The Knight of Wands. But this is you moving bravely ahead towards your passion. Towards what makes you happy. You never gave up. You never dimmed your light. See, people thought that because you were in recluse, or you were in healing, you were recovering, that you were gone, that you were never going to rise again. People severely underestimated your ability to transmute your pain into purpose. Universe, tell us more. We have the Ten of Cups reversed. This could have to do with the family situation, lovers, friends. We have the Six of Swords here. This is not happily ever after. Whatever this news, this information that is coming out, it's literally putting a stop to somebody. It's like getting down and finding out who's in the middle of all this. And it's the devil. Somebody here is being seen as a devil. Give me one moment, y'all. Alrighty, y'all. I am back. Universe, please tell us more. We have community. There's a whole community here that's involved somehow. Maybe they're all in their thoughts here. Maybe people are now starting to see the truth. Something here, the evidence is very apparent. Like, people can see that there was some kind of lie. Or they're seeing the truth right before their very eyes. This has to do with some kind of adjudication. Something here is going down in the court system, or somebody here intentionally lied on you in the court system. Or, for some of you, they could have lied to a whole community, maybe to a religious community, or maybe these people are religious or spiritual in their own way. This person lied, which created a lot of spiritual heat, a lot of spiritual warfare, which caused a lot of false petitions to the council. Given the fact that it's the Queen of Cups, it's given out It's given to me that somebody was trying to paint you out to be the monster in some kind of way, but all they ended up doing was showing the world that they themselves are the monster. Universe. We have family room. This could be somebody here that's close to you, someone that you were close with at one point. Family, friend, lover, a colleague or something here to do with work. Somebody here is a thief. What did I say earlier about robbers wanting to steal? Because they see the renovation or the remodel that has taken place, they see all the shiny goods. Somebody here was trying to rob you of something. And this person did not work alone. This 21 breaks down to a 3, and I'm picturing the 3 of Pentacles that we saw. Somebody here did not work alone. They worked with the whole community, but this whole community is waking up to the fact that they were misled. A whole community here was misled about you. That's why the math isn't mathing. Excuse me. Universe, please tell us more. Okay, that was way too many, Spirit. Please tell us more. Because see, what's in the center here is the Queen of Cups and this Devil. It's like somebody was trying to paint... I don't know if this is like destiny swap, or somebody here was trying to like switch some kind of role with you, or they wanted to be seen as you, they wanted to have whatever favor you had. So they had to paint you out to be the bad guy. So that way people could give to them. Because something about taking advantage. They took advantage of you while you were down and out to boost their own ego. In some kind of way. They were doing things in order to keep you hidden, in hopes that you wouldn't... Trying to take your support away is what I'm feeling. So that way you wouldn't feel comfortable really opening yourself, going out of yourself, right? Being vulnerable. They wanted you to be a recluse. This is somebody here who was once close to you. They took advantage of your situation here in order to prop themselves up. Because they wanted to be seen how you were seen in the past. So they thought that while you were going through whatever it is that you had to heal from, they thought that this was their time to try to paint you out to be a monster. So they painted your healing process as if there was something wrong with you. And that they were trying to do their best to help you, but you were being uncooperative. When in all actuality, this person was the actual culprit of making things worse for you. And nobody believed you because they took you away from your whole support system. They wanted you to feel like you wouldn't be heard, that you couldn't be seen. But you still stood your ground with that 7 of Wands against a whole group. And there are multiple different ways that you can stand your ground. Sometimes it's in your actions, instead of your words, or instead of fighting back. It's in how you do and how you live that your heart has been seen, your true motives have been seen, and you broke this illusion that somebody casted. We have addiction. It says substance, sex, food, escapism. Somebody here has some kind of an addiction. Maybe they could have claimed that you had an addiction. They wanted a community here to believe that you had an addiction. that you are an incubi or a succubi, or that you practice escapism, that you were very excessive, overindulgent. We have denied and rejected. Somebody wanted you denied and rejected from a whole group, a whole community. Because that's the only way that they could shine. That's the only way that the focus and the attention could be on them. That's the only way that they felt like they could win, is if you were down. And we have hacker. Privacy or protection has been breached. This person was breaching your privacy. And maybe sharing things that you confided in them. Somebody here was a perpetrator. Somebody here who carries out a harmful, illegal, or immoral act in order to get you denied. Okay. There's a whole lot that came out. Redemption. Oh, please. Confiscation. Something is or was being seized. Something here is being seized from somebody here who has some kind of an addiction. We have an alibi. A defense in which a person under suspicion of a crime claims they were in a different location when the crime occurred. Claims. Somebody here could have claimed something falsely because they were trying to block some kind of opportunities here from you. Somebody here is going to be trying to be seeking some kind of redemption for their repeated behaviors. We have a snitch. We have somebody here who lives in the past, and we have somebody here being handed a sentence. Somebody here could be handing a sentence for repeated behavior, for repeatedly hacking your privacy or your protection. The person, it's whoever lives in the past is the one that's asking for some kind of redemption. This is somebody that's struggling with their own monsters. And I don't know, maybe you triggered something. I don't know. I still think that's not an excuse. I feel like somebody are trying to use something as an excuse, like, oh, I have addiction, or I have this, I have that, but something here was very immoral. It was an immoral, illegal act. Somebody here perpetrated something. And like I said earlier, somebody here went against their own conscience to try and get you denied and rejected, to block opportunities from you. Unrequited. This person did not care for you as much as you cared for them. And this is somebody here that you had once trusted. Some kind of consequences is being delivered here. Somebody here is snitching this person out. Maybe somebody within their own community. Like I said, somebody here has done some kind of investigation. Maybe this snitch has investigated for themselves that what was said about you isn't true. And then, you know, they have a conscience, so now they're trying to correct things. So they could have, you know, went to the courts to share what they had found, to share the truth. Because maybe there was a whole group, a whole community here that was saying the same thing. Like somebody trying to stage an alibi. Practicing on it, scripting it out. This blocking opportunities doesn't like what you're doing because they can't, and hates to see you happy because they aren't. This is somebody here who's not happy with themselves. They live in the past. Maybe this is somebody here whose glory days are behind them. This is obviously somebody here who is very predictable. This is somebody here who has not changed, is the same person. Maybe this is someone here who still acts like they're in high school. To try and block opportunities from you. Because they wanted you denied. Maybe they wanted things confiscated from you. And that could be these opportunities. Nobody believing in you, not wanting to invest in you because they heard that you had this. That you had some form of addiction. That you were a whore. Universe, tell us more. You're being asked to look deeper. Somebody here is non-committal, unrequited. This person does not care. The only commitment that they have is to themselves. Like we saw earlier with that Four of Wands. Somebody here only cares about themselves. And to be quite honest, I don't even think they care about the group, the environment, the family. I don't even think they care about anybody else involved. Somebody here is shallow. This person is shallow, lacks empathy, hollow, and they're soulless because they sold their soul to the devil. That's who they work for. They work for the dark side. That's where they feel comfortable. Universe, tell us more. This could be somebody here that you were not interested in, or you were not interested in something here that they were trying to sell you. And what I'm also getting, like, you could have rejected or turned somebody down here. Like I said, you were uninterested. And whatever this is, I feel like you were considering your best interests here with the Queen of Cups, and somebody here, like I said, was triggered. So they felt like you were doing something to them because you said no, instead of doing something for you. Because somebody here has repeated behavior. And you were like, no, you know what, I'm all set. Because you clocked something a long time ago that obviously this whole community did not clock. You exercised your discernment. And then it almost feels like whatever you went through was almost like being penalized for exercising your discernment. You know, it's like the devil not getting what he wants, overtaking, you know, God's throne. So what is he going to do? Now he's going to attack, you know, God's children. Because he's that petty. 42:22 on the timer. All because he's trying to get daddy's attention. No matter which way he tries. This is somebody here who just wants attention at all costs. Because they live in the past somehow. Maybe there's something here within them that got triggered where, I don't know, it has to do with denial and rejection. And of course, because they live in the past, this is what happens when unhealed people walk the earth. I mean, that's just the story from the dawn of time. Somebody never thought that you would look deeper, that you would see beyond their mask, and you clocked something a long time ago. And somebody painted you out to be the monster that they are. But somebody here is snitching on them because they've made their own they did their own investigation. And somebody here is being formally sentenced. There are going to be consequences that are being delivered. We have screenshots here at the bottom. Something here to do with screenshots. Maybe somebody here was cyberbullying or going to that great length. Or maybe the whole community was cyberbullying you. Or talking about you behind your back or something. Universe, please tell us more. Somebody here was wasting time, or they were trying to run your clock out. They only ran theirs out. Universe, tell us more. Somebody is broke. They're gonna claim that they did something because they felt like they were broke. They needed some income. Threatening? What? Don't even tell me that this person's broke, they have nothing to give, so yet they threaten people to try and get their way? Somebody who was holding a grudge? They're holding a grudge because they're broke? It's pathetic. Oh, you have more than me, so I'm gonna threaten you. Because they're a happiness hater, because they're miserable and broke, and they live in the past, still trying to live their glory days. This is somebody who's running away from their own problems, but was trying to claim that you were. Universe, tell us more. For some of you, I'm also getting, like, maybe somebody here was saying, oh, well, the collective does it too, so it can't be that bad. Like, for example, like, maybe you smoke pot, right? And I do believe, listen, there's nothing wrong with smoking pot. Everything is fine in moderation, but you can be addicted to anything. I know some people who wake up and the first thing they have to do is smoke, and I'm like, you haven't even, it's like you've breathed in more smoke than you have actual air since you woke up. Right? To me, I find that's a problem. If you feel like you need something in order to get through your day, that's an addiction. You can claim the same thing about coffee. Too much of anything is not healthy for you. Somebody here is receiving bad karma. This is somebody who was trying to steal your work, steal your creativity, steal your ideas. They were trying to duplicate you while feeding off of you. You were dealing with an energy vampire. Who was talking shit. This person was talking shit because they're a happiness hater, because they're broke. Physically, spiritually, they're broke. That's why they were feeding off of you. Talking shit about you behind your back, but yeah, asking you for a handout. We have karmic friends. I just got off of this, like, this person could have been sending you their friends? Like, maybe this person was saying, oh, collective is easy to get with because they have, you know, a sex addiction. They're a whore. Right? And maybe what's come to find out is that no, you're not, because maybe you shot each and every single one of this person's friends down. Like, that's how far this person took something. They talked so much shit to anybody who would listen, because they were in secret competition with you. This is somebody here who thrives off of tension. They thrive in chaos, because maybe that's all they've ever known, because they live in the past. This is somebody here who's very obsessive. Somebody here is not going to be able to move forward. That's the Chariot in the reverse with this carless energy. Somebody here who gets into relationships for money. And this is somebody here who starts drama. They start drama. Because they're obsessed. And we have Thief, again, that came out in 2 decks. This person's a thief. Emotionally, physically. Now this is somebody that's going to claim that they're crying over you. Because now they're being investigated. Something here about child services. Somebody here could be at risk of losing their children. Or somebody here was abusing or neglecting. Somebody here has reported something. This card does say reported something. A snitch here has reported something, and somebody here caught a case. Somebody here could have gone as far as to even claim that you gave them an STD or that you were going around spreading STDs because you're a whore, but in all actuality you're not, and you don't even have an STD. That's for some of you, not all of you, but somebody here could have been claiming that you have something that you don't. That you were the cause of something. Universe, tell us more. We have threatening and bad habits. Somebody here has bad habits. They have bad habits. I don't even know if I can show that on camera. Well, I guess we're going to find out when this processes. They're going to try and claim their addiction made them do it. And that's why they want an apology. That's why they want you to accept their apology. Oh, you know, I was triggered from my past, and, you know, because I can't get over what happened in 4th grade, you know, I hit the crack pipe, and it made me do these things. You're coming up into your power here with this Queen rising. Some of you are coming into the spotlight. You're going to be being praised for overcoming a whole situation here. Maybe that's what this whole community is seeing, you being praised. And a lot of this praise is being unsaid, 50-50 on the timer. Somebody here is not shit. Somebody here was trying to be a carbon copy of you. Right? Somebody here is trying to trace themselves to be like you. You're unfazed. Continue to be unfazed. Continue to be you. Because it's being seen. It's being felt. See, you clocked this a long time ago, and now everybody is seeing what you said a long time ago, and I feel like this goes back years. They're like, wow, now I understand why they did what they did. It was because of shit like this. Because of shit that this person pulls. You already knew what somebody was capable of. You know, it's like you were the whistleblower, so let's attack the whistleblower. Let's get rid of the whistleblower. Wow, I was pre-shuffling this earlier. We have abundance at the bottom. Abundance is coming in for you because of everything that you suffered. Universe, tell us more, please. We have Karma in North Node. You made it into your North Node. You remained true to yourself. Karma is now balancing out. Cause and effect. This is all about choices. We have fate, evolution, finding your life path. And on the North Node it says karmic challenges and rewards. Things are finally being balanced out. Didn't I just say 50-50? Things are being balanced out. Things are being split right down the middle. There is going to be some kind of separation and divide. You can see the difference. We have lost and wounded here at the bottom. Not feeling enough, missing someone, left out in the cold. This person could be feeling very wounded because now they're going through loss. Now they're going to be left out in the cold. Maybe because they wanted you to feel like you were not enough. Because they wanted you to not be in your North Node. They wanted people to question your character and your motives. Whatever it is that you do for your North Node. Whatever it is that you have been called to do. Whatever your destiny is. Somebody here is very nostalgic about the past. Somebody here lives in the past. I don't know what happened to this person. I mean, that dodging bullets card does say escaping crazy people. So maybe this is somebody here who's tapped. A couple of screws loose. More than just loose. Maybe they're just missing. Universe, give me one more, please. Keys on a ring, one night stand? This could have all been started maybe by someone here that you had a one-night stand with in the past, hey, no judgment, or somebody here could have said that this is the type of person that you are, this is that whore energy. But somebody here was also trying to string something along. And it's whoever a masculine energy is, and I feel like it's a distorted masculine, who never wanted you to head towards wish fulfillment. They never wanted you to be happy. This is somebody here who wanted you binded to them. This could have even been an ex that was trying to claim that you were a whore, who was, passing along all these STDs and all this crap, just so that way you wouldn't be able to date anybody, so that way they can come in and be your knight in shining armor. This is how sick and twisted this is. Or for others of you, this is somebody here in your family that claimed that you were a whore. And that you were willing to do one-night stands. Maybe that you did things for money, because marrying for money, marrying is just getting into a contract. Universe. Toxicity. Somebody wanted you bound to their toxicity. And now they're asking for an apology. They're asking for forgiveness. But the Knight of Cups is reversed. They don't really mean it. Because they don't really know what it's like to love. Because they don't love themselves, clearly. Because they're still dealing with all of this. Because they're running from their past. That's how they've decided to spend their future. Is running from their past. And blaming everybody but themselves for this mess. I think that's a line in a Fall Out Boy song. I can't even remember what song it is. Universe, please tell us more. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. See, somebody thought that if they were able to separate you from all the material things that you had, right? If they could rob your home, if they could destroy it, right? Maybe they were trying to egg your house, so to speak, right? And I'm talking about you as a vessel, like spiritually. Like they were trying to egg you, trying to make you feel ugly, trying to break your windows, trying to make you look battered. But you still renovated. You still did the work. You still did the healing. You've accessed your divine inheritance. You knew what it was like to go without because you were very connected to source and to love itself. You knew that love isn't in the things that you had, but love came from within you and it came from source. Somebody could never sever that connection from you. And that's the very thing that fuels you. And that's why you have what it is that you have. So no matter how much they try to copy you, they can't mimic your connection to the Most High. They can't. Because they don't go that deep. Because maybe they don't believe. Because remember, the devil was trying to claim that he could do better. But he can't. And he never will. It's all because of your faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I can imagine. See, you didn't get what you got because of the people around you or because of the notoriety that you received or the status that you have. It was because of your pure heart and because of your faith in the divine, your faith in love. People are realizing now that they were never fighting you, that they were fighting the universe themselves. See, the devil can only use what's here on Earth. because he was casted out and binded to this earth. Those are the only resources that he has. When you go up against God in the universe, they have a vast universe of resources. You can't compete where you don't compare. Somebody's small-mindedness started, they literally opened up a whole can of worms, and now they're trying to find a way out of it. But whatever karma is coming for them needs to occur because this balance needs to take place. The reconciliation process has already been underway. It can't be stopped now. There have been too many red flags. And a correction is being issued. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Thank you. We have communication. Wonder how the other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with the aphorism. Somebody here went off assumptions. I feel like you're the type of person that keeps it real. You know how to communicate. Universe, please give us an affirmation. Thank you. Because I feel like this is them again with the whole, oh, but I want to apologize. I want the forgiveness. But like I said, you already clocked this person a long time ago. Positive thinking. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. Somebody is hoping that once you find out this information, that you're going to come in and ask them about it. That you're going to want to know the details. I don't know. I'm not liking this. I'm going to be honest. I am not liking this. Like, this is somebody here who wants you to understand where they're coming from. But something here was still immoral, illegal, and unnecessary. You guys do what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you the energy. But it's like somebody wants you to communicate with them, even though that you were already told not to. Like, something within you was like, you know what? I need to leave this person in the past. I don't know. It's like the energy of like, please let me back in. But they only want to be let in because they're a thief. They want to rob this new you, this remodeled you. I want to steal your couch because they don't have one type of energy here, and they want you to be understanding of it. Universe, tell us more. Thank you. We have positive outlook. Number 29. How you feel depends on your own mental attitude. The many faces of Ganesha reflect how you feel about the different aspects of your life: spiritually, health, finances, relationship, and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that circumstances are not good or bad, but always neutral. It is how you approach a situation that will determine your outcome. If you choose to see something as depressing, it will be. If you choose to see it as encouraging, it will be. Your mind determines how your day will go. Your state of mind has influence over your body, your relationships, your emotional well-being, and how you view your finances. Every day you are so careful when considering what you will eat during that day. You have an opportunity to be just as discerning when it comes to how you think. You can conquer your moods no matter how bad a mood you seem to be in. Make up your mind that you are not going to be controlled by your moods anymore. If you do find yourself in a low disposition, take a moment to acknowledge what brought this up for you. Take positive action to shift back to happiness or being positive. Somebody here was trying to affect your mood. Maybe with the cyberbullying, maybe with sending a whole group against you here, and then you were reacting, you were giving the emotion. And they were trying to use you against you. But they got caught. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.